This is where we spill the tea. I mean, we're here.
We're on the Jones Beach Boardwalk.
Oh
Dee
my
Snyder's
God.
calling in.
Wrap it up. We've been hanging out with the hot teas.
The hot teas, by the way, Armies. Hashtag Long Island Life. Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome back to Long Island Tea, where we spill the tea on our great Long Island lives that we have. And I have another guest host with me this week, Mr. Michael.
Hello.
Hello. I'm so excited. Sharon got to guest host with you a few weeks ago, and I was gone, and I was like jelly.
I know. I'm so spoiled. First I got Sharon, now I got Kristen.
Yay!
Yes.
I know. And we have a very special celebrity section because, thanks to you and your celebrity connections. And I'm like, of course. So if you like celebrity, anytime Michael's involved in the tea, it's very heavy, right?
I try.
All right, but let's hear how you say the Long Island catchphrase. How you doing?
How you doing?
Ooh, that was good.
Long Island, yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Well, you're born and raised, so it's in your blood.
And I'm going to stay here forever. So.
I know. I love that about you. He's like, I'm not going anywhere.
How could you? We're so spoiled.
I know.
You know?
I know. We were just saying that because Kenzie was my guest host last week, and we were all just talking about how cute it was that she's just like loves it so much, and she's like, yeah, of course, everyone's going to want to come here, and this is why, obviously.
Yeah, and she did such an amazing job, and I think that it was a great perspective because obviously I'm biased because I was born and raised here, but, she got to see two different locations, and now she realizes, wow, like I could definitely see myself raising a family here. So just having a young person on and just giving that, outlook of, being raised here and having a life here at a young age. Yeah. It's just so good, for our listeners and for everybody to just know how great Long Island is.
Well, I think a lot of people that are raised here and they don't know anything else take it, it's just human nature. You take for granted what's in your own backyard and what you always know.
Absolutely.
So it was so cute. I came home last night because, tomorrow we're going to Arizona to take her to college.
Oh my God, this is tomorrow.
Oh, Michael, I'm telling you, I got to be careful with the wine because I'm in an emotional.
No, don't be careful. I'm like, you
mess
need, yeah.
State. I'm like not okay. By the way, but I came home last night because we were all out celebrating Brie. And I came home and she was just sitting on the porch swing, which she never does. She's usually on the couch binging Love Island and staring at her phone, TikTok. But I'm like, where's Kenzie? She's outside and she's just sitting in the yard and looking around what she's not going to be around. And I was like, oh my God, I'm
processing
dead.
Everything.
I am like, I've just been spontaneously bursting into tears for the last 24 hours. So it's not going to get better. Just telling you now. Anytime
but you guys
soon.
will all see, it goes quickly, where it's going to be the holidays and she's going to be home already. And even for her, like it's going to feel weird for like the first couple weeks, but when it's going to be so good and she's going to have the best time.
Much fun. I know. She's going to have so much fun. So thank you for keep talking me off a ledge.
Oh,
keep it up.
Always.
I know. I was like, you're great. So it's crazy. And I haven't been sleeping at all because I've been like mental. I mean, I don't sleep well anyway.
Me either.
And, I did the other night. And plus, it's so busy here at work, and I'm taking this time off, and I'm just like, we're trying to hire people, and it's taking longer, and it's like, there's so much work to do. I actually been working in my sleep, and I had so much to do. I wrote this fabulous, in my sleep, I wrote a to-do list.
Great.
And then I woke up, and it wasn't actually written down, and I was like, what was I?
Where? Oh.
What? And I'm trying to remember my to-do list. I was like, man, I literally crafted the whole thing in my sleep. Do you ever do that? Like,
yeah.
And then you wake up, and you're like,
I think that it's really important to either manifest or try to think of some goals for the next day, especially before you go to bed. Sometimes like I find myself making a list, physically writing it, maybe you were mentally writing it last night, but first of all, it'll help you sleep a little bit better knowing that your next day is a little bit planned, but also just, when you wake up, you'll be like, oh, great, it's all here. I don't need to think. I can just get right to it.
That's a good suggestion. And journaling and just getting it off your mind might be better. I don't know what I'm going to need a lot of tips for the next couple of weeks. So we had a busy week. We finally did our bucket list, goat yoga.
The goat yoga saga.
It happened. And I'm so bummed Sharon missed it.
I know.
And Sharon will be back. In fact, I'm so bummed. Sharon comes back tomorrow and I'm gone. So I'm like super missing her. And she missed goat yoga, so I think we might need a do-over.
Well, that's fine. I mean, there are so many. There's so many places to do goat yoga as well.
I know. And we were at the Suffolk County Farms, and as Sharon always makes fun of me, and Yaphank. I always say Yaphank. I don't know why.
Oh, I say Yaphank.
Yeah, she's told I'm supposed to say Yaphank. Anyway, but it was so cute, the little goats.
I know. And Bree and I also went to Long Island Game Farm, and it was literally like the next day or 2 days later, and we were holding baby goats. There was a baby goat that was literally sleeping in her arms. It was so cute. So we've just been so spoiled with, little creatures.
Oh,
so I'm grateful.
I love it. It was really cute, and I'm not a big yoga person, and so now I'm like, I'm for sure can never do yoga without goats again.
For sure. And I don't,
Like, why?
even I think that they definitely don't do anything crazy with
No.
goat yoga, because they know that obviously everybody's more so there just for the goats.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah, it was basic yoga. It was definitely
Yes.
basic, and I was kind of like mad that the goat didn't climb on me in any way, or like. But I was like, Thomas was looking at your footage, and he's like, "Did you just kiss that goat?" I'm like, I mean, yeah. I was like,
In the moment, though,
it was
it's like
cute. I
they're
was
so
like,
cute. You don't
I
even
love
you don't
I
even
love you.
care, because they're just so cute, and that's why people do it. Because it like boosts all the different levels of handling stress and everything like that. And it was perfect to launch our Wellness Wednesdays with Dr. Reed.
With Dr. Michelle Reed, which is now we're going to have, what is it, every other Wednesday? We're going to have Wellness Wednesday, which God is so needed right now. And then Fit Fridays.
Yep.
So we're going to have like tips from Dr. Reed, who is national best-selling author, The Fit Doc. And she's got a lot of her own amazing content too, which we're going to start like tapping into. But she did it with me, and it was so fun. And there were people of all ages.
Oh, yeah,
There were, like,
all
kids,
ages.
all skill sets.
Kids
So-
running around with the goats. It was a really fun event and
It
things
was so
to do.
fun. You're right, and it's just like it's exercise. You're getting out and exercising, but it was like so mentally. It made me so happy because it was so fun. And I think we need to do stuff like that sometimes.
I think everybody does. I think the pandemic showed all of us that mental health should be at the top of all of our lists on our priorities. Let's prioritize our mental health for once.
And so honestly, and the other thing I would say is even if you don't want to do the goat yoga or you can't sign up because the hours don't work for you or whatever, when we were out there, even just walking around the farms, the goats were so cute. They were on that little mountaintop and they were having like the head butting, and you can still go and just see all the animals and be in the nature. And I just loved even just being out there in the sunset.
Oh, it was perfect. It was like the perfect timing.
Oh my God, it was gorgeous.
And I mean, I would say that they're not always so quiet. There's some goats that are jealous that they weren't involved. I don't know if you heard, maybe you were like so zen, but as me recording, I'm sitting there behind and I hear wah, 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 like the whole time. I'm like, oh my goodness.
You're like, how is this peaceful?
Yeah.
I loved it
yeah.
in the meantime. But speaking of sunsets, we also, last night, we were out at, what was it, Sunken Meadow?
Yes.
And because Bree was being honored again. Like,
Again.
I feel like it's a weekly thing. But rightly so, at the Long Island Business News 30 Under 30 event.
Mm-hmm.
It was
a beautiful,
awesome.
Beautiful night. And it was just so good to... It was just so good to, just see her so happy. She worked so hard, and, our organization is just so thankful to have her.
Yeah.
Our team really looks up to Bree, and, we're just grateful for her.
Bree's here.
she's
She's
off
like,
camera.
oh, it's cute. But you know what? She's great. She's a great part of our team, and I love seeing any member of our team get recognized. And it was just a wonderful room of the future talent to be in. And we were so happy to be there. And it was great recognition for Discover Long Island. Everyone was like, oh, look at Discover Long Island. Everyone's cheering for us. And man, that sunset.
It was perfect, although we got the pictures and then we all scooted out of there because there was some rain a-coming, that's for sure.
We're sitting there and I was like, hurry up and get these pictures because you could see these black clouds and thunder coming. I was like, Michael, I'm from Arizona. I can't drive in storms. I freak out. And you were like, oh, are you, like, it doesn't rain that much? I'm like, I'm telling you, when there's like a sprinkle in Arizona, immediately car crashes everywhere. If there's any precipitation in the air, immediately the freeway shut down.
I think it's also kind of like that for Long Islanders. I think our listeners can agree, like when you see one speck of snow, everybody does not play. You get in your car, you get back to your house, you just have the shovel, right? Like just every single person, once they see snow, they are just new level. Time to get ready for it.
Yeah, exactly. People, because we don't get snow that much. You get it a few times a year, which is what I love about Long Island winters. You get it just enough to like have that winter wonderland feel, and then it goes away. We're not like, buried in snow.
And it's never on Christmas. Like we never,
there have been some flurries. It's
a tease. I would rather it be raining.
I love it. No, I'm always like, anytime there's a flurry, I'm like, oh, it's It's a white Christmas.
A little bit, yeah.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So, and congratulations to Brie. And it was so, I was like really honored that she invited me to go.
Oh, same. I know. We got to
It was
meet
like
her mom and her grandma.
Yeah, it was so
Yes,
cute.
3
And
generations.
I know. And I was like, you know, it's like, it's bittersweet sending my daughter to college because you're so proud of, you know, who you've raised and what you've done. And I feel the same way when our team gets recognized and you see somebody like Brie, that I feel so prideful and so happy that I've been a part of her journey and her growth. And it's the best part. You know, we have a great job. We get to promote Long Island. We get to do a lot of fun stuff and all. It's a great product. But the best part of what I do is getting to, you know, foster and mentor, you know, our team and make sure that they achieve all of their goals and dreams. And when you see it happening in front of your eyes, it's like, I was like, I felt like her mom was like, oh my God, I was emotional for her too. I know. It's really great.
Yeah.
And it's also equally frustrating when people squander opportunities. I'm always like, I can't believe. I was like,
Can't relate.
It's so hard, you know, it's so wonderful to watch people grow and seize everything that's in front of them, and you can just see all their potential. And then when people are, you know, they take a detour and you're like, oh, okay, well, good luck with that.
Have fun.
I know. Makes me crazy.
I'm glad Michael could go to like see and be like, this could be me.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yeah, of course.
It was just, you know, inspiring, you know, and obviously, you know, I see all the work that you do on a daily basis, but just seeing all the different kinds of businesses that were also there and being honored. You know, there was people who work in restaurant industry,
Yep.
like all the amazing different businesses that make Long Island thrive, and all are the reason we're all here.
Yeah, Long Island's a great place, and there is a bright future here with you and Bree and all of our team. I mean, Lena, and we have such an incredible team right now. So Bree's kicking it off with the awards, but I feel like it's gonna go like through everyone. It's gonna be who's next. It's gonna be honored in this team because everyone is so deserving. And you know, they were serving Long Island wine last night. Did you notice that?
Yes,
so,
of course.
We are drinking one of my favorite Long Island wines because I need a lot of cajoling right now. I need some help. So tell us what we're drinking, Michael.
So we are drinking Wolfer Estate Rosé 2021. It is in the heart of the Hamptons and established in the 1980s by Christian Wolfer. Our unique Long Island soil combined with Atlantic breeze cultivates the highest quality sustainably farmed grapes. These grapes inspired the winemaker to create uniquely concentrated and elegant wines to fit every occasion and palate. So this is for everybody.
I love it. And Wolfer, I heard you and Bree saying you guys were going to go out there soon.
Yes,
and it's
hopefully.
just so beautiful to go to. It is one of the ones that's in the Hamptons, which is different. And they actually, even if you don't go to the Vineyard, they have these really cute little farm stands to and from Montauk, and you can stop and just buy it, or you can buy it in pretty much any liquor store on Long Island. And in fact, you know, in Chicago, and like I think I got some in Houston. You know, Wolfer's probably one of the biggest, most popular brands. Anyway, so cheers to Wolfer. Thank you. And
Cheers.
Long Island Wine Country for sponsoring us and taking such good care of us and making sure we have wonderful Long Island wines every week. liwines.com for your favorite vineyard. Okay, hold on. I got to take it around. Okay.
And we have something fun coming up with them very soon.
Yes. In fact, I can start. Well, you know what? I'll save it because I want to give it more attention than it deserves. But it is a big project, and it's going to launch soon, and it's going to change. It's going to open Long Island wines to wine aficionados worldwide. It's going to be a big deal. So we'll talk about that next, but that's cool. So because you're here, Michael, celebrity, right?
Oh, so much. It's almost like they know that I'm going to be on or something, because the last time that I was on, like the night before, something with the Kardashians happened, and of course something happened with the Kardashians, and it's just they just wait for me to be on the Long Island Tea, I guess. We had Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson ended.
Fine. Who saw that coming?
Well, I don't know, because she just seemed
Me?
so happy that I was
Oh my
like,
God.
maybe, you know, for me, like, I just love her and she's been so nice to me. So that's why I'm just like, do whatever you want to do.
100%. I mean, it's all for her choice, but it's funny. It's just like, everybody relax.
Yeah. I mean, the thing was for me, like, I don't know if I would ever brand somebody's name on me.
That's the thing. I'm like,
tattoo kids'
I'm like,
names.
the second you start tattooing everybody on your body, I'm like, you're doomed.
Yeah, and it just I
Don't do
know.
it.
I think that
youth of America out there, don't do it.
Yeah, and there was, an age difference. Not that it always matters, but I think that just
does.
obviously Kim, is more focused on her family, just going
Yeah.
through a divorce. It's like she has to be there for her kids even more so now.
Yeah. Listen, everybody comes into your life. Some would say some for a reason, some for a season, right? Like they were good. I think they were good together.
This
but
was a season.
I didn't ever foresee that long term. I was like, no, this is what she needs right now to get her over this craziness.
Yeah, and then Khloe Kardashian. It's almost like there was like a meme that I saw of Kris Jenner, and it was like when Kim and Pete break up and Khloe Kardashian has a baby in the same week. Kris Jenner is like all like skeeving and trying to paint the narrative. But Khloe Kardashian apparently welcomed her second child. Mm-hmm. We still haven't seen a confirmation from her on that, but
it was in the paper, I think.
Yeah, that means the TMZ got it, so that means that it's true apparently.
Yeah.
But that was I was speaking about that with Sharon because it was a little controversial about having the same father, as true because Tristan Thompson is not faithful by any means whatsoever. So it was just interesting to say the least.
I'm gonna need more wine for this conversation because I can't. I just, whatever. Like the Kardashians, they live in such an alternate universe.
Yeah.
To be honest, you know what I
more.
mean? Like a little bit more for you.
Yeah.
That I can't even keep up with them. Like I get it. I can't even keep up with the Kardashians. Can I just tell you, like though, especially this week, some celebrity that I did not even need just to show you how important it was, like my mom called me this morning to see if I was doing okay.
Oh my goodness.
Olivia Newton-John passed away. Like when my mom calls me and is like, "Are you okay?"
I still haven't processed.
And by the way, I'm not. I was driving somewhere with Kenzie because Kenzie, of course, always spills the tea with me, and I was like pulling out into traffic, and she's like, "Did you hear Olivia Newton-John died?" And I was like, I gasped and choked at the same time. I was so distraught.
You know what it is? It's that she also aged so gracefully.
Gorgeous.
That we never really processed that she, had aged. So, obviously I believe that her cancer came back ultimately, which is just so heartbreaking. But I was also in the car when I found out and I just was like, whoa. Like I was like, do I need to pull over?
I literally was like, don't break news. Like as I'm pulling in traffic, I don't even know what to do.
Definitely cried because
so I was 4 years old. I can tell you exactly when Grease came out, and my mom would make me perform all of the songs for like the neighbors or whatever. When they came over, I had to it was like the dancing. That's what they did with kids my age. Parents were like, come out, do a little show and dance, and then go back to your room and shut up.
Aww.
It was Chris is laughing like it was be seen and not heard or whatever.
The 2022 version is making kids take pictures and selfies and doing everything we want them to do just so we can have for ourselves.
That's
right?
true. That's good. That's true.
Yeah.
Anyway, she was truly iconic, and I remember like Chris, I'm dying. I remember Xanadu. Like I loved Xanadu.
You were trying to find it the other day.
Oh my god. I'm like Xanadu. If you've never seen Xanadu, I mean, it's like not like masterful filmmaking, okay, by any stretch of the imagination, but it's so
camp,
good,
right? It's
about
camp.
it's camp, and she's a muse, and of course it's and it's Tony Bennett, and it's like, Gene Kelly. I mean, it's so cool. I loved it, and then she did like Let's Get Physical. Girl, remember? And then she cut her hair like that really bad 80s haircut that everyone thought was cool.
But my generation like is obsessed with the 80s, right, Brie? Like I wish that we could have had like, I don't know, like, like a day like where, I mean, I think Greece was technically in the 70s where it took place, but like just that era of no phones, fun hair, like I feel like now we all have just like flat hair,
Yeah. Oh, let me tell you, childhood, it's funny because what was I saying the other day that Emma Chamberlain was doing her podcast and she was like, I feel like, I was talking to her dad, she's like, I feel like the 80s were like a vibe. And he was like, yeah, they were.
Yeah.
They were. I'm like, thank God I was a teenager in the 80s and 90s because I'm like, it was great.
And we're the last generation really that grew up without phones for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have a phone until I was in 6th grade.
Yeah,
and I know that's so young.
Yeah, that was Kenzie, yeah.
At least we kind of got a taste of that, but it almost feels like we didn't have that just because of...
It was so funny. I was showing Kenzie a meme the other day because, Chris and I, we're always talking about Gen X, and Gen X, we feel like we're like the baddest generation. We are, actually, it turns out, because we were free. We were free. I think, this meme was like, parents, like adults were around you, but no one cared about your grades. No one cared about you. No one knew what you were doing. They were like so bad that there was actually a PSA that would run. And it was like at 10 o'clock every night. And it was like, it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are?
Oh, I remember.
Do you know where your children are?
Yeah.
Like they had to remind parents that they had children.
They did that when I was younger. They did. But even
our parents
just,
were like, what?
even just a GPS, right? Like I especially, I will admit to it, I need a GPS wherever I go, even if it's 3 towns away.
Same.
Still getting to work, I still put on my GPS.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's not, we need to just be, we need to acknowledge what we have, just because obviously, not everybody had that, when there weren't phones. Like you actually had to memorize directions. You actually had to read maps, like now maps, it's like, oh, the Maps app. It's like, no, like a physical map, like where you actually have to look and see where something is.
I swear to God, last night, and again, I'm talking about Kenzie a lot because we spent a lot of time together, but last night she decided to make macaroni and cheese at like when I got home, 9:30 at night. And so she's like looking at the stick of butter and there's things. She's like, I don't know. It doesn't say where the 4 tablespoons are. Like, and I'm like, there's the number. And she goes like, the Land O'Lakes says, and this one doesn't say. What is this butter that you're buying? And I'm like, girlie, you're 18.
Yeah, no.
I was living in an apartment by myself in a major city, totally like supporting myself. At 18, come on.
Yeah.
You can't make macaroni and cheese?
I always say just cut the stick of butter in half, throw it in, and
come
just
on.
call it a day.
I was like, girl, you're going to learn some stuff in the next 6 months.
And going away is just so beneficial for so many people,
It's good.
And I didn't technically go away to college. I went to FIT in the city and I would take the train every day. But even just having that separation a little bit, you learn so much. So she's going to just have so much fun. And you're still going to be texting her every single day.
Of course. No, I'm texting,
all the
FaceTiming.
time.
I mean, she sent me, oh my God. Speaking of celebrity, Kenzie sent me, do you watch The Bachelor?
No.
I know. I hate The Bachelor these days
I feel like it makes love just look so like non-existent.
Let's be honest. I mean, the kids today are watching, what is it? Love is
Island,
Blind and Love Island.
Yeah.
Those are terrible, terrible shows. But The Bachelor is, ever since like Chris Harrison left, I can't deal with it. Pretty much, it's gotten so
he
downhill.
He was the host, right? Yeah, they fired him for just reasons, apparently.
It's just, to me, I'm like, he was the spine of that show. I mean, anyway, but so there's this right now there's 2 bachelorettes.
Oh.
Which makes me so insane.
That's
because
a lot.
I'm like, and they're competing for the guys still kind of like, of course, because they don't do that to The Bachelor, but they'll have 2 bachelorettes. But I think because neither one of them are like really like bachelorette material. I don't know.
Oh, they were just
so
fill-ins.
There's this girl, and I was dying because I'm like, I'm watching her, and all she says, I told you the other day, yeah. So they took a clip of her on a date. And and Kenzie sent it to me. It was a TikTok. I'll play it for you. Hold on, because it was really good.
Oh,
it was
God.
like going on a bachelor date with this girl. It's like,
Oh my God, ew.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Ew.
literally.
No, yeah.
That's all she says every time.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, and then she's like, no, yeah. I'm like, I'm watching this, and I'm like, bring back the old Bachelor franchise because I need some content.
I don't know. To me, it's just like people. You can't just give a nonverbal cue, like just nod.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, no, yeah. I'm like, I can't with it.
Yeah.
And I was complaining about
I'm
it.
doing
And
it
so,
right now.
of course, Kenzie sends me TikToks, which is great. We'll do that the whole time. So that is, and then I was telling you this last night that, thanks to you again, we had Sonia Morgan on.
Yes.
And because we were talking about JP Morgan, you're like, Sonia Morgan. And she was so sweet. And I was watching, they have that show on Sundays, New York City Open House, where they go into New York
and she
City.
was on it.
She was on it. I got to see Sonia Morgan's house, and I'm like freaking out because I'm like, it's Sonia. She's my friend.
Yeah, like our friend.
Thanks to you. She's really your friend. But I was like, and she was, you know what? She was just as adorable. She's just got this light about her. It was really cute.
When you can just tell when somebody's good for TV, but also a good person.
Yeah.
And you can just tell that she means well. She has such a good heart, and she can also, promote herself and promote what she needs to promote. Like, there's people who you need to be made for it. And she is just made for it.
She's very
honestly.
effervescent, I feel like. And I loved seeing her house and her wardrobe and all the stuff that she designed. It's very personal. It's very personalized towards her. She was so cute. And I was like,
And she has a new show in the works with another housewife. So maybe
I know. I was going to ask you if we can spill that tea. I don't think we can spill that tea yet.
Well, it's kind of out there.
Is it? Okay, go ahead. We couldn't spill it with her on, but now we can.
This
can
is
we
our
say
own
it?
free time.
All right,
yeah.
say it.
So she is allegedly doing a simple lifestyle show with Countess Luann,
which is amazing.
Yeah, and so I mean, hopefully when that comes out, we can have her pop back into the Long Island Tea and say hi. Maybe she'll be here in person. You never know.
Do you know what The Simple Life is?
I do, yeah, with Paris Hilton
and Nicole Richie.
Nicole Richie, yes.
It used to be, I remember this was on. Do you remember this, Chris? So Paris.
I was there when we
Oh, you were there in LA? Oh, at E. So Chris used to work at E Television. And so, yeah, it was great because it was so funny. Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, everybody comes here from like grade A talent, okay? Which is why it takes us longer to fill the positions. But when we do, boom.
We always want to make sure that, it's the right fit and people who
culture,
love being here.
Yes. We have to wait for the right person, but when we get the talent, it's amazing. But so it's kind of like you take these rich and kind of privileged people and you put them in these everyday households and situations, and they have to work at like a car wash or something. I would watch Sonia Morgan and Luann do that all day long.
Oh my God. There's even some times on The Housewives where she does stuff like that.
I love it. So speaking of celebrity, we have an amazing interview today. Again, thanks to you.
Oh, I'm grateful that I actually, somehow have connections with people. So I'm just like, come on, and I think that it's all about really just putting yourself out there. We have Abby Lee Miller from Dance Moms on today.
Yes, and that's how we got you. You work with Abby,
yes.
Abby Lee, and from Dance Moms, the incredible show that has been like a long-running show for about a decade, and she's been through a ton. And so she has given us her incredible time because she's going to be on Long Island.
Yes, she is.
So let's talk to Abby Lee. And yay, I know. What a real treat. Miss Abby, Abby with us.
Well, I'm so excited to be, on Long Island right now. It's like I'm there.
I know. Well, you're going to be here on August 26th and 27th. And this is the first time coming back in about 6 years. In fact, when you actually met Michael here on Long Island the last time you were here, changed his life.
Well, I don't know about changing his life, but I certainly made him a little more busy. Yes.
Absolutely.
So busier. So
well, you probably change a lot of people's lives with every visit that you do, right?
Yeah. And I think that a few little girls' lives I changed immensely. Yes.
Yeah.
You probably changed more lives than you actually even realize. But so you're coming here, right? So first of all, who is Abby Lee Miller? In case you don't know, Miss Abby is from the very popular series. It's about a decade old, a decade ago.
11 years this year.
Dance Moms, that was popular in its own right, but like you just said, stemmed careers for some of the biggest dance names in the industry that we all know today. So if you watch Dancing with the Stars or you heard of JoJo, I mean, she was just a little tiny girl when you met her.
Yeah, she actually started on Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition, which was a spinoff from Dance Moms. And she started on that. And then after some time when it was over, they brought her over to join Dance Moms. Yes.
I think Dance Moms, it was so popular and people love to watch it because it's like so real. And I have to believe on Long Island that I've met a couple of Dance Moms and they are intense and it's real, right? The intensity of
it is real. It's, I had a lot of nice, kind, polite women in my studio, moms who paid their bills on time and they were wonderful, but they just didn't make great TV.
So you're coming to Long Island on the 26th and 27th, and I want to make sure people know what you're going to be doing here. You're going to be talking at a couple of different dance studios, New Image. Do you want to tell?
New Image Gymnastics. I'm going to be at New Image Gymnastics. I'm teaching an acrobatic class there. I do my warm up, my legs and feet, that whole curriculum that I created. And then we're going to do an acrobatic class. And then later, which would be, the acrobatic class is open to everybody. Any kids can come and sign up for that. Then we also have a Q&A. So it's Ask Abby Q&A. And that's for people that don't dance or maybe former dancers or moms and grandmas or, whoever watched the show. And they can come in. I tell them how the show started and what's happening now. And they can ask all the questions. Nothing's off limits. And they can get the real tea is good.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. And then also the other one is Sarah Jean Dance Academy.
Yes. Sarah Jean Dance, is it Company Academy?
I think it's Academy.
It's Academy. And
Sarah
our
Jean.
videographer, Chris, his daughter goes to that studio. So ironic enough that
Her name's Skylar.
Yeah, Skylar is going to be.
Shout out to Sky when you see her.
Shout out to Skylar. Yes. So
She'll be there.
Sarah Jean Dance Academy. I will be there. And there I'm just teaching the dance class.
You are an inspiration to so many people because you have been through so much tragedy in your life, and you can probably really talk to these girls and tell them that there's nothing that they can't do or overcome. And do you do that a lot? Do you share your story? And
yes, I share my story all the time, but mainly for women, moms, they take care of their husbands, they take care of their children, they take care of their own parents that might be elderly. They never take care of themselves first. And you really have to know your own body. I knew that something was wrong. Instantly, I knew something was very, very wrong, very wrong. And I went to 6 doctors within 10 days, begging for help, for treatment, for an answer, for a solution. And I got a little pat on the shoulder, go home and take it easy, you'll be fine. It ended up being a very rare form of lymphoma, cancer choking my spinal cord. And you don't go home and take it easy after that. So when you walk into a hospital and you wheel out, that's not good.
And people may not know that you've been through that you were diagnosed with that cancer and you're now in a wheelchair, and how that must be just so life-changing for you.
It is. And as far as ADA compliant people with disabilities, you have no idea until you're in a chair. No idea. And I'll visit people, or I'm going to their home. Oh no, we don't have steps. No, it's flat. No steps, no steps. You get there and there's like a big step right up to their front to the door. And they're like, they didn't even think about that.
There's situations where, like I've seen with you, where they say that they're ADA compliant and then suddenly it's like, oh, well, yeah, we are, but you have to like be able to stand and move into a chair, and then they don't have the specifics. And then, obviously traveling is a whole big crazy thing that just everything has.
Paraplegic. It's very difficult. If I was not in this chair at this point right now in my life, if I had time off to travel, I wouldn't even need a home. I would just go from city to city to city. I could be in Europe for 3 months. I could be here in Florida for a couple of months. I could be in New York City living. That'd be a dream for a couple of months, So, it's hard. It's very difficult. No one understands.
I mean, what you've been through is so incredible. What keeps you going and keeps your motivation so high?
You can laugh or you can cry. That's it. So I have to choose the laughter. I have to choose the high road. I just have to keep on going. I just don't feel like my final chapter has come yet. There has to be something out there. There has to be something bigger and better. I wanted a first student to work professionally, and I got that. Then I wanted to have a student on Broadway, and I got that. Then a television show, and I got that. There has to be something else. There has to be something that I control. Maybe it's the documentary. Maybe there's something after that. Maybe there's another series.
Well, I was going to say, it sounds like there's a lot. It sounds like there's a lot coming up.
There's a lot. So you've got to just keep on going, and staying busy is good.
Abby, thank you again so much for taking the time to.
Thank you, Long Island, for having me.
Thanks for giving us Michael too. We love him, and it's great. We're looking forward to having you on Long Island. We're going to do a big giveaway, and we're going to send everyone to your show. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It was lovely meeting you, and I will see you later. Thank you.
Later.
Okay, Michael. Okay, so that was an abridged, by the way, interview because she talks so much more about what inspires her, what she's been through, also what's coming up in what she's got launching, some teasers. It's amazing, by the way. And so if you want to hear that whole interview, you go to our YouTube page.
Yeah, subscribe, make sure that your notifications are turned on. Obviously, we have all of our tea episodes there for people who don't like to listen.
Yeah, you can watch us. We look fabulous, by the way. I don't know why everyone doesn't watch us on YouTube. I do. Actually.
You can see our fabulous merch that we have that I'm sporting today.
Yes.
But, obviously our Long Island TV is always aired there as well. So
exactly.
Just
Breeze on there.
Yeah, definitely subscribe. And I brought this up when I was on with Sharon for our social. always, have your notifications on. For situations like our this weekend on Long Island, sometimes we have people who see it like a week late. And then they're like, oh my goodness, I wish that I saw this. So anytime that I see somebody, I'm always like, make sure your notifications are turned on because there's so much that we have to offer.
And those 2 tickets to Abby Lee's show, one of them's already sold out. We've got 2. It might be sold out by the time this airs, but we've got 2 tickets.
Yep.
So follow the social and go to Discover Long Island NY on YouTube and watch her whole thing, because let me tell you, I had no idea.
Yeah, she's been through a lot. And I actually met her right before the very hard parts of her life happened. So I've kind of seen firsthand what she's gone through. She's taken me all over the world, and I'm very grateful. And, I just have so much experience that, I get to, bring to Discover Long Island because
thank you. By the way, all your contacts, Kinsey was like showing me pictures. You got pictures of everyone, with everyone.
Yeah. But yeah, so she definitely has been through it. And I think that everybody would, even if you're not a fan of Dance Moms or, you maybe didn't like the way the reality edit made her look, you definitely see a different side of Abby Lee when she's on the Long Island.
Yeah, you've got to watch. I mean, that's an exclusive interview that she gave her time for. So thank you, Abby Lee. And she's going to tell, I think she's also going to tell us all of her favorite Long Island things when she comes here.
Yes.
I wanted to tell you a couple of other things. I just saw this. Billy Joel is coming to the big screen. Did you know this? Did you saw this? So coming to theaters soon, I think in November, he's releasing his 1990 Yankee Stadium concert. Oh, in October, which includes never before released performance of Uptown Girl.
That's amazing.
How cool that Billy Joel is still so awesome and relevant that he's coming to movie theaters. People are going to go watch his 1990 Yankee Stadium concert. I will. I'm going to.
And, I think that a lot of people in my generation, there are so many iconic films that we didn't get to see, like in the movies, So even, obviously this isn't something that's been released, but this is something that, a lot of people didn't get to be able to see. And there's, I'm actually seeing a showing of Alien with Sigourney Weaver.
Oh my God. I guarantee you Grease is going to come back out now.
It should. Yeah. It definitely should. And, I'm still not over that.
That's so cool. I can't. I'm like this week when Kenzie's going to college, Olivia. Really? I can't take it.
I know.
Can't. I mean, I think Olivia Newton-John is second to me only to like Losing Princess Di. These are my 2 like icons, and I'm just like, okay. I had a couple of Long Island life things. Can we switch gears for a second?
Yes, absolutely.
Did you hear today? And I think you and I are going to be on board with this. The Farmer's Almanac came out and said it's going to be an early and more intense winter.
Thank God.
I know.
I mean, you know what? Like, I love the cold. I thrive in the cold. I don't know about you, but I just sweat, and I hate sweating. Like, I feel like I need like Botox to get rid of.
Like, can someone turn the fan on, please? I'm
literally
dying.
Though,
Dying.
I thrive. I was telling Brie, I counted. I have 96 jackets. I know that sounds a little
crazy.
Ridiculous.
Where do you store said jackets?
I have these big, giant, like clothing rack units with like 2 bars. So literally, I have like 30 on the top and then 30 on the bottom, and then 2 of them, like 2 of these huge units, and I have like all my shoes. It's crazy. That's why I don't shop. I don't need to shop because I just have everything.
That's awesome.
You have your good leather jacket. You have your, your Adidas tracksuit. In black, blue, and red. You need all 3.
Chris, can you relate? Chris is like, I've got 3 T-shirts.
Oh my God! And shirts is a whole different thing. That's all in the dresser. Oh
my God! Yeah. When I first moved here, I had one. I'm doing air quotes coat, and it was like this, like light leather, like leather/suede, like little crop.
That's cute.
Yeah, except that it wasn't a coat. And I moved here in November, and I remember running in and out to some event, and I was like freezing, and this legislator was like, "Where's your coat?" I'm like, "This is it."
This is it.
And and they were like, "No, you're gonna need like." And to me, I would never in my life have worn like a puffer coat or anything like heavy because it makes you look big.
Puffer season is the best season.
Small coat.
Was it Sloan?
Sloan. Yeah, didn't have the fringe, but it was, very cool, like leather suede. I'm like, here's my coat. And I'm like showing up on Long Island. And now I'm like, where's my beanie and my coat and my gloves? I have these cute little mittens that are Kate Spade and they're yellow and it says taxi.
Love. Oh, that's really cute.
I love them. I love winter gear.
I always say that one of the best things about Long Island is that we have all 4 seasons.
Yes.
It's reality.
Yeah.
A little bit of reality. Every time that I go to California or just somewhere that it's hot all year, I feel like I'm in some kind of fantasy world meets escape room, like where I'm just trapped and like I need some kind of normalcy. So I love having snow. I like having summers at the beach. Like I just think that is just something that a lot of people really need in life.
When I was talking to him today at lunch and she was like, Long Island, she's like, our winters though aren't like other winters where people like go out in the winter because they have the gear. She's like, we're not really prepared for winter because it only happens a few days, whatever. She's like, so it becomes where everyone like shuts in and stays in. And I'm like, that's what I love about it. I love staying in and snow days. So I'm here for it. Everyone else is like, oh, Longhorn. I'm like,
it's fine. We'll be thriving.
Farmer's Almanac. Woo,
Yeah,
cheers.
we'll be
Yeah,
thriving.
Michael and I will be like, it's a snow day. Okay, other thing, real quick, hold on, is that the Pitbull concert,
Oh, how was it?
no, sold out.
Oh,
it was sold
dang.
out. So it's really good that they didn't drive to the box office.
That is really good,
And
yeah.
try to get to, because they like were fully peer pressuring me, Kenzie and Tegan, and their friends are like, please call your contact. Please
You know why
call
it's sold
somebody.
out?
Why?
Because it was
we
in
talked
our
about it.
yeah, because it was in our This Weekend on Long Island.
Yeah,
And
it was
all the
Pitbull and
last-minute
Iggy
people.
at Jones. Yeah, probably.
Mhm.
And I called and I was like, I'm just like, look, can I just buy some tickets at the last minute? And he was like, I would love to sell them to you, but we're sold out.
Damn.
I'm like, no, he's like, there's literally not a single ticket to be had left. I'm like, yay, Pitbull, bring in the party.
Yeah, and
At
Jimmy
Jones
Buffett
Beach.
was just recently.
He was just there. The tailgating for the
Long
Jimmy
Island
Buffett.
Day. Long Island Day, basically.
They literally bring sand. People bring sand to the parking lot. Did you see it?
I didn't see that.
They bring
no.
sand to the tailgating
Why?
in the parking lot because they want to sit on sand and tailgate
Oh.
the Jimmy Buffett.
Oh.
Go to the Zach's Bay.
It's literally at the beach. I don't know why this is a thing, but I was like, these people are crazy, but it's sold out. It's crazy. So I'm going to tell that Pitbull was very popular, and thank God we didn't listen to you and Sharon about your inside tip about going to the box office because
Oh yeah. I
was
mean, maybe I guess try the day before.
yeah, exactly.
Try the day before.
Exactly. All right. And I had one more funny thing too, and I have to put my glasses on for this one. One more funny Long Island thing to share with you. This was an article because, we talk a lot about like Billy the Bull and what was the one, the Chicago Bull. So this was amazing. This is a crazy Long Island story. And it reminded me of when we go to like goat yoga and where you guys went. So Smithtown just had to pay a woman $20,000 settlement lawsuit. Who said she was attacked by a, quote, ferocious and vicious steer named Charlie
Yikes.
at the Hoyt Farm Nature Preserve. So in 2018, just so you know, Charlie, at the time, he's in this rescue farm. He was rescued from Rhode Island where he was being raised for veal. And he weighed 1,500 to 1,800 pounds at the time. Now he weighs a ton, Charlie. I know. Just tap it. Yeah. Okay.
A ton, damn.
He wears a ton. So literally a ton. Anyway, so this is funny because Charlie, which is part of the family, he's at this lovely reserve in Smithtown, Hoyt Farm Nature Preserve. And I'm not going to weigh in on an opinion here, P.S., because I don't want to get sued. But I'm just going to read you the article that's in Newsday. Okay. So the lady's lawyer said that she was there with her 3-year-old niece and they were feeding Charlie a carrot when, enticed by someone else's apple, he knocked them to the ground with his head from behind his enclosure.
From behind the enclosure, so
They were feeding him a carrot and there was an apple. Somebody else threw an apple in his face. So he like went for the apple. Okay, whatever. This is just according to the article. This is not my...
yeah. My
personal.
question is, are they allowed to feed them?
Apparently, yes.
Okay. Well,
So that says the girl wasn't harmed, but the lady said she was left with fractured spine and post-traumatic stress disorder.
I mean, I guess I would too.
So they
but
said Charlie, the town was liable. They should have known he was ferocious and vicious. because he likes apples. And in a court filing, they countered, and they were like, so, and then there's all this like problems. Like they're like, okay, his family, even her family members were like, there was different, weigh-ins of actual what happened that day and what she tripped over and what happened. But I loved that let's see. They were like, the people were like, he's so nice. The people that work there said that there's never been an incident with Charlie the bull. They said there's not a bad bone in that steer's body. But then in her own words, she said he was agitated. He did not want that carrot.
Oh.
I mean, I can relate.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if I was in an enclosure for my entire
Also,
life.
carrots,
maybe,
like, come on, you eat carrots because you have to.
Yeah.
On Weight
know.
Watchers.
It's
You
sad,
know what
though.
I mean?
I mean,
I'm
at
like,
least.
I would rather have
I
an
guess
apple.
it's settled, though.
Yeah, so she lived in pain, and then she said she also
Lived
had
in pain.
PTSD, which she said, I got hit by a steer, not shrapnel. I'm like, okay, all right. So that's another steer story
Yeah.
that I had to share since it continues with our theme of bulls and steers. And yeah. What'd you say?
Yeah.
Chris.
Oh, that-
okay, well, I didn't say it. Chris says
Yeah.
it's a bunch of bull.
That it reminds me, though, we can include this or not include this, but I saw that the sloth experience. I don't know if we can.
Oh.
friend of mine did it.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, so this is big T. Okay,
Yeah.
this is I'm kind of glad. So this is a big controversy which
Mm-hmm.
has come up that there's a sloth experience right here in Hauppauge, and I
Yeah.
drive by it all the time, but I didn't know where it was. And I was like, and it's being investigated for
Yeah.
how, because sloths are supposed to be nocturnal.
I was confused by it too. They're obviously not from America.
I was like, I don't understand because I'm torn because I really want to go cuddle the sloths,
Well,
but
it
also want to
seems-
make sure that they're not being mistreated.
Yeah, it seems like the people who own the place, the experience, are above and beyond love the sloth, of course. I think that I think an investigation in general should be welcomed because
Yes.
it's like, okay, well, great. Then you'll see that we're completely fine.
I need to know.
and-
I need to
yeah.
know. So they said they have all the right permits and everything, but this has been a big story as of late because I need to know. I'm
know.
like, first of all, I was like, the first thing I thought was like, what?
Yeah.
There's a place where you can go cuddle sloths,
Right down the street.
and I drive by it. It's right by the Carvel.
Oh my good. I
It's
didn't
right
realize
by
it was.
the Carvel.
We
And that's part of the problem is they were like sloths should not be in enclosures next door to Carvel. Like they should be in the wild.
Yeah, I did see
Yeah,
that too.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, hey, listen, if the I don't
know.
conclusion is
I'm
moving
torn.
it, and there's a better situation. We have a lot of different animal preservation projects
Yeah.
on Long Island.
Yeah.
If they want to welcome them, and it turns out to be that, then
I'm torn because like
Yeah.
Tegan, if I take her there, she'll be like, we need a sloth. We need to have one in our
I
house.
can't even imagine how
I
one
need
would
to
go
own
about
one.
getting one.
She
I don't know
wants-
how they got it.
she
Do they
wants-
have multiple?
She wants TikToks, and then she's like, I want ducks. Or
Oh.
then she went through a duck phase because there were TikTokers with ducks. And then she's like, look, this person's a pet monkey. We need a pet monkey. I'm like, we don't need to pet
Definitely
anything else.
do not need a monkey.
Thomas peed
yeah.
and pooped in my room today.
a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, ducks will
Oh,
poop
yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah,
It wasn't Thomas's fault.
people, obviously TikTok, it's like your immediate, like, oh my God, this looks so cool. I want to do this. But then it's like, it's not like a 1 week thing.
Yes, it's a commitment.
Yeah. And it's like people who want kittens, it's going to grow into a cat, very quickly.
bunnies.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So we I think that I'm glad you brought that up though, because I've been
Yeah.
wanting. I really love sloths. I feel like I do. I'm like Tegan. I wonder where she gets it. I like immediately want every animal. This has been so fun. I love chatting with you. And Sharon will be back next week, and
Yes.
I'll be back from dropping Kenzie off. And I'm so glad for this because I was literally an emotional basket case before this. So thank you. I didn't cry one time. I'm so proud.
Thanks
Thanks,
for
Michael.
having me. And yeah, we can't wait to see Sharon back.
I know.
Yes.
And thanks again to Abby Lee.
Yes, tune in.